for him to get a little bit of space. I think he plays for best when he can, as a 5, when he can get a little bit of space and he can come in at around like 20, like 30 minutes when you're going for like the GG push against Winstrike with a big old blink initiation sort of deal.
Okay, interesting choice to go Storm Spirit against.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that not kind of a less favored matchup here?
That's a very less favored, particularly because he pushes tower super early. Yeah, I don't know if they thought that it was gonna be something like Mars mid, or they thought RDO was gonna be playing Leshrac or whatever. Weird pick, particularly because, I mean, this gives you a secondary win condition, a hero that's pretty good against ABBA, because you struggle to actually lock down the Storm. That's one of the issues that it has. But once you get Manta style and Echo Saber, that's the build that you go for against really fast heroes. What you end up going is just Manta style Echo, you get the immediate silence. All you need is like a second stun, so even work against that. You have Shadow Shaman for Storm as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of scared of. Even, yeah, like you said, even Malefice could really ruin Rebel's day here, can't it?
Yeah, because ABBA, once he gets Manta Echo, you are enough to pretty much insta-silence.
Kind of scary.
So you need like BKB or Yules on a Storm, maybe?
I like Bait's draft.
Me too.
I like Bait's draft. I like the carry ABBA. I'm not gonna lie. I think
it's a good carry ABBA game.
The hardest counter to the carry ABBA, in my opinion, is completely unironically the Enchantress.
Why?
Well, because you know, carry ABBA, once they see the Ench, they just have to run them down all the time. No, I mean not really, right? Because it's not that strong of a hero. ABBA can just nuke her down with Miscoil, or just the shields just popping are enough usually to just kill an Ench on accident. Yeah, it's not a bad game whatsoever here, actually, from the side of Bait.
Yeah, I like it a lot too.
Again,
I think it's a better lineup.
I just think they have to win the early game, which shouldn't be too difficult considering you do have the Lash versus Storm in the mid lane. Sexy Fat, his lane's going to be probably the hardest here, but even then, having, you know, position 4 Shaman there against the Monkey King be pretty conducive. Successful laning too. Yeah,
because all you need to do is shackle him or hex him or whatever while he's trying to get a Jingle Mastery off, and then you spear him right after, or, you know, you have a lot of ways to deal with him.
Yeah.
I think his Puck is pretty good against Shaman, though. So Puck 5 is going to be a really useful tool. Okay, we'll see how that works out. Don't love the Storm pickup last, though. I feel like Winstrike was trying to get some more late game potential for their team, because they realized that Bait is going to be able to withstand this early push really well. That's one of the things that ABBA does very well. He doesn't create any pressure or anything. Really hard to kill early mid, right? So as opposed to a Wraith King, for example, which is, by the way, played the exact same way as the Baron, as opposed to a Wraith King, you are useless for the first 20 minutes, but you are unkillable as well. So there's no way they can gank you unless they commit a lot of resources to you, which makes the game for Bait much safer. And you have Enigma, Shaman, and Mars to just deep-push lanes, Leshrac as well. It's a pretty good forward at 1 draft.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. Get out of their windows. But no, I mean, I completely agree with you, actually. That's a good point. I didn't really remember. Yeah, Borrowed Time's fantastic against these sort of we're going to dive you lineups, right? I mean, even Beastmaster probably going to reserve the Roar for someone else, anyone else, probably but the ABBA, unless you're positive he no longer has that Borrowed Time ready to go.
Exactly, and then since you can just activate Borrowed Time in the middle of the... You have no silences either besides Waning Rift as well. So that means that or maybe Storm Orchid later. I don't know how much you want to use that against an ABBA. Because the point is that if you stun him, right, especially with Primal Roar, at least you can hit him and bring him down to Borrowed Time, etc., etc. But if he just has Borrowed Time and just runs away, then you don't have the option to set up behind him, you don't have the option to actually use Primal Roar effectively. So it's just a completely canceled ability. And if you use Primal Roar or anything else, a Aphotic Shield will also buff it.
See how much here to get experience? He is.
That's pretty smart, actually.
He's a scoundrel.
That's pretty smart.
Oh, I agree, actually.
Good way to deal with Enigma 5. He's been playing against Lich for years, and now Enigma is the new plague.
It's better than position 4 jungling Huskar, at least, right?
I don't know, that one is game. I think it's the best thing. I played in one of my ranked matches.
Oh yeah? How many reports did you get? Is that who
4.
I had in Overwatch the other day? That must be it.
We won that game. It's actually pretty strong. Don't play in the rank. Particularly in SCA rank. It's not about the reports, it's about the amount of racist insults.
Ah. Pretty solid Lush player, though. Probably going to be opting to boot the Storm out of lane really quickly. Lightning Storm versus Storm, and as well as a couple points of Split Earth. Probably maybe 202, and then he's just going to max Diabolic Edict, I assume.
I wouldn't even put 2 points Lightning Storm. I think just 1 point Lightning Storm, 2 points Split Earth. Because you're going to push a Storm out of lane regardless, right?
That's true.
So I think you just kind of go for the ultimate pushing build, try to take advantage of this. Because the reason why Lesh is such a good counter to Storm is that he's one of the few heroes that can win the lane, or at least rival him. It doesn't really matter if you win it. Is the fact that at level 6, Storm likes to go to the jungle, and then you punish that very hard. Very similar to how DP plays against Storm, except DP relies on a big ultimate, and you rely on a 20-second cooldown.
I also really like Duster position 5 here because a lot like the Chen, you essentially deny the usage of the boars early on. So you can see he actually took level 1 in the axes. Now that the boar's up, Duster goes, oh boy, he's actually already demonic conversion the range creep here. Yeah. But you can see they're hiding the boar, right? They got to kind of protect it.
It's a good idea actually to deal with the Beastmaster, the Enigma 5, you know, when the Ancient and the Chen are not available because they're trash. So you rather just pick Enigma 5. Yeah. It's a pretty good answer. I think CM has also fallen out of favor a bit in the meta. So Enigma 5 does her role a bit better. And she still brings a big team fight to the table. He still brings the team fight. Oh, it's one of the primordial forces, right? Do they have a gender? No. What, are you looking at stats to see if it says there?
I mean, listen, I don't really know. I mean, you know, we'll just go with he, I suppose. The Enigma.
The Enigma. I mean, it is an Enigma, right?
It is. I mean, he's a demon though, which is the weird thing.
Radiant's current.
Do they even subscribe to our norms?
No.
Probably not.
No.
As your cat. Maybe they just base their society based on how many humans you've tortured.
I mean, again, I'm not really too sure.
RDU this button, that Fate Bolt damage is gonna make his lane much easier. This lane is impossible to win again. He's one of the strongest laners. I would argue he's maybe the strongest carry laner in the game, even though above the Troll, which is considered widely to be one of the strongest Troll Ursa.
Yeah, like in the laning stage, right?
Yes, that's why I said laning carries.
Of course.
Yeah, so with that, the balance should be kind of okay. I can't imagine they do much. Monkey King will have an okay lane, but like I said, there's ways to deal with Monkey King as long as you know how to play against him.
That'd be a kill. It is.
Yeah. Well, that second point Lightning Storm ended up working out for them. That second point Lightning Storm guaranteed the hit, or the kill.
Yeah. And a couple of tips back and forth. Yeah, I don't know. This is normally what I see on Lush when you want to win the lane. Back when Lush got picked all the damn time, though. Back when his Ags was still the old Ags that was really broken. Everyone thought it was a joke, and then they're like, oh, you just build Yules and you do a ton of damage.
No, that Ags is awesome. But Nihilism is pretty good, too. Particularly this game is actually kind of nice, right? Because with Monkey King, for example, being able to use that on him completely nullifies him. Storm can't jump onto you either with Nihilism. It's not a bad Ags.
Storm can't get his damage out either.
That's what I mean, yeah. So it's a consideration for like later stages in the game, but right now, obviously, you still want to go for traditional Lush build. It's not as good. It's not as much of a win more Ags as the last one was. It's more of a defensive Ags, which is a consideration in some games.
Then he really wanted that rune. Yeah, I'm just gonna be able to beat him 2-1 with brown boots.
Did you see what it was?
It was a regen, yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, sexy fat here, although they have rotated the shaman mid, so let's catch mid real quick. Now TSA is going to be way too far away. Sexy fat, he's a little bit too tanky. Without Diracho hitting him, there's really no chance of getting the kill with just the puck there alone.
Sexy fat withstanding this decently, honestly. 18 assets, 21, not bad, where the Vanna's gained 26. Mind you, the Beastmaster's also been cancelled. And Beastmaster's better at recovering the Mars from the lane, but ideally you still want a good lane so you can push that tower as soon as possible. I don't know if TSA is going for a card. Seems like it.
I mean, I think he wants to try and rotate on through. Yeah, they're going to scout him.
That's an awesome scan.
Yeah, he's missing for too long.
Shackles, though.
Level 2 as well here. He knows that Rabel doesn't have Ball Lightning yet, so he can just chase him down, buy as much time for Dendi, but that's also going to buy time here for Pantheon to rotate on through. Is that going to make the difference? Here comes Dendi, a little bit too slow, unfortunately, without the boots. Shaman is not going to get that kill, but does force another rotation here.
Did they go for the double hold build? Only wind lace for now.
That's going to get dewarded instantly. Yeah, that's unfortunate. They knew there was a ward there, obviously, as soon as he lightning struck from Fog.
I don't know how good a play that was if Dendi was not like preemptively rotating towards the storm, and on top of that, you didn't have boots. Cat though, bottom lane, they do get the Curse of Avernus off on him, and that means a lot of damage coming from everybody, including the Eidolons. Duster trying his best to body block him, but telekinesis stops the body block from happening, and Cat won't be able to get away. Nice telekinesis thing.
Yeah, that was a good one. Still relatively short cooldown. Yeah, it's only level 2, so it's a little bit actually kind of hard to get such a precise one there, but he knew that he had to lift Duster to make sure they didn't get the body block off. RDO having a fantastic time here, though, with the basically Orb of Venom alone, and he's going to be finishing off his phase boots, stick, make that wand, and then going into the... Oh, Buracho is going to go down. That wasn't even level 6, that was just Dendi ganking.
Yeah, Dendi just ganked him, took an easy kill using the Pulse Nova, surprise amount of burst damage, and now you go to the mid lane. But look at Rabel, by the way. He would love right now to just be able to go jungle and get to level 6. But unfortunately, he's trying to stay mid to make sure that Dendi can't free push this. And this is what Leshrac or DP forces you as you're playing Storm. It makes your game worse because you have to do more rolls than you should. It's sucking for him a bit. The board's annoying RDO now because it's finally level 2 boards, but not going to be enough. Once he gets level 3 boards, I think RDO might start to suffer a bit more.
Well, mid lane, they are going to catch the Storm here yet again with the Shackles and the TP out from Rubik are going to scare them away. Invis Rune as well, active for the Storm. No detection here, so they're going to be A-okay.
Just went for the Mart. We have Arena though. Bracho. You're forcing so many rotations mid, and that allows bottom to just be free like this. Exactly. Cat in trouble. Gonna die to the Curse of Avernus extra attack speed, and that's the power of the Leshrac mid. Force rotations to save the tower, that's fine, and save your mid laner as well, ideally. But because your 4 is also always the one to rotate, you know that the Abaddon can just get a free kill. It's one of the few advantages that having a strong carry laner, right, will give you, like Lifestealer, Abaddon, Troll Warlord. They can threaten towers, they can actually put pressure in the bottom lane, and they get easy kills as well.
It's a great camp for Rebel here. He stacked it twice, double stacked, and he didn't get any what's called Bud Golems. In fact, he even had one Dark Troll Summoner, so a little bit more farm for him. So this will allow him to catch up nicely.
Nice. It's a pretty good recovery by Storm as Yamich covers the mid lane with constant Fate Bolt spamming. Not bad, honestly. Dendi has not been able to use this 5-minute catapult. It's been stuck here in the middle, like the limbo of the middle lane forever. And took a fair amount of damage with it. He wants to defend as much as possible, but he knows he pushes this lane. Yeah, catapult is just done for because he's going to go into the tower and commit suicide.
Yeah, poor thing.
Yeah.
Poor thing, it's too dumb for its own good. It's so important, but it sees tower, it kills tower.
I'm wondering if it has a brain. Like, is there someone in the catapult, or is it just like a sentient
Not
machine?
anymore. It's sentient machine because you can't convert them anymore.
Oh, it's true.
And you can't dominate them, you can't wholly persuade them, you can't enchant them.
I mean, if religion doesn't work, it must be a machine, right?
It must be a machine.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
That's how you determine.
The only thing powerful enough to control them are the ancients themselves. Boom. Look at that. Little do you know, Netflix has already contacted me for the 2nd season of the anime.
Who cares about Netflix? I wonder if Slacks has contacted you for his orgasm. That's what I want to know.
I guess so, right?
That's what you really know you've made it in the lore world, not the anime.
Did you know Slacks consultant on the anime?
I bet all the voice actors in the anime have an MR below 2K.
It's there's an Omni Knight running around with a hand of Midas in the jungle.
Where is that under?
It's just a bunch of screaming.
Well, it takes Omni Knight forever to use all of his abilities.
He's clicking on them.
Because he's clicking on them.
Because his Midas is on the dollar sign for some reason.
Shift 4.
Yeah.
That's a
Best
very
clip
good
of
one.
all time. Radiance on the Abaddon is halfway done. Not bad. Actually, pretty good timing for it. I'm not going to go for the Midas build this game. I've noticed that both Nightfall and Hector these days are not going for the Midas anymore on the Abaddon. They used to go Midas Radiance. Now it's just straight up Radiance. I guess because Abaddon Midas Radiance is just a bit too slow. And you much rather go for the Manta style early. So I agree with this point. That's where your damage comes from, by the way. Sexy Fat has the Arena Blood. I don't think he has time to use it though. Silence is too strong, and that's going to be Sexy Fat losing his life. Shackles though, they're going to counter kill with a Black Hole. Onto 3, no, onto 2 alone. But with a follow from Dendi, that's going to guarantee at least 1 kill. The second one being the Monkey King. Nothing that Pantheon can do to save his cores. What a nice Shackles into Black Hole. Really well done.
Yeah, I think the quote-unquote optimal play there was going to be to make sure Pantomime is stuck in there as well, but it's more important to make sure that the Wukong's command and the Storm don't... Sorry, no Wukong's command, right? The Boundless Strike, and that the Storm doesn't zip away. So, you know, where other people would have gotten, tried to get like a clip for their highlight reel, TSA takes the guaranteed kills onto the 2 important heroes there. He lets the puck leave because there's no threat now that Waiting Rip's been used. And nice rotation out from Duster, although he was going to die in the middle lane to Rabel.
Well, bottom lane though, there's a kill happening as Abaddon is chasing after Cheshire Cat, but instead the rotation's coming in from the Rubik to find up the Mars. And he has Arena, but I don't know, again, not enough time to use it. And Sexy Faz is going to accept his death here, giving enough time for the Abaddon to get away. Still not great.
Yeah, Stolen Midnight Pulse doing quite the number to him there. So even if he set up the arena, he was going to die to the Midnight Pulse regardless. CSA looking to gank the mid lane. Oh, nearly got the Hex off. Of course, trying to really punish that level 1 ball lightning cast point, which is a little bit longer. He really needs to, like, What does he do? He kind of does like a Mario stance before he decides to ball lightning.
What, the storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to like show off, you know.
Yeah,
so,
he like I think he stands up on one foot and prepares like a running animation, like how the Flash would do it if you can kind of right.
Yeah, it's kind of close to that. It's true. It's true. He lifts his one.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, he lifts the one foot. And he goes, getting ready to run.
Well, because I guess in the ball lightning he turns, right? So he has to like use that momentum. That
You're
makes
right.
him go fast.
Yeah, you're right.
It makes more sense than Flash doing that. By the way, Enigma's a heat. Thank you, chat, guys.
Sorry?
Enigma's a heat.
Dyer's
Oh,
top
okay.
They went to the lore.
Oh, that's what I kind of
Dyer's
figured.
structures are fortified.
I don't know.
There's no visible parts, but I guess, you know, whatever he wants to call himself.
Radiant are
Sure.
scanning.
I mean, I don't think that's.
Dyer's top
I don't
tower
know.
is under attack.
That's how I determine people. I'm like a Dragon Ball character.
Bull might be in some trouble here mid lane. We don't have Black Hole, but we do have Arena. No vision here either as the heroes are smoked up. Yamich now, Smoke's gonna break, but they still have no idea what awaits them in the trees. Lots of heroes missing off the map, so good positioning though by the rest of Winstrike not to get caught here. Dendy's trying to bait him behind the tier 1 tower, but I think Winstrike, they've seen this play once or twice before. Necro 1's now joining from Cheshire Cat. Doesn't have enough mana for the roar, but now with the clarity, he's pretty close. As they will be able to scout Sexy Fat now, as well with TSA, thanks to the Hawk. But RDO just continuing to farm here, lots of space created, and be able to generate lots of money here. Nearly has enough money already for the Relic here. It's 12 minutes in. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, usually a bad timing for Radiance like 60 minutes in, or normally this game is going to be like 14, so it's the Ector timing for Radiance. Which I will quote, my favorite quote whenever you see a Baron carry is that the first time that RTZ saw it, you know, I played in a pub, right? He was playing against Ector and he went, how the fuck? He tried it the next game, he goes, how the fuck does Ector farm on this hero? I have no clue! Because he was actually really struggling to find farm, and Ector always gets his Radiance as a really good timing, and he just didn't understand how the hero worked, and he said this on the stream, it was very frustrating.
Well, that was actually the only words RTZ said all stream, and then it shut down. As the RTZ streams normally likes to go.
Well, it comes and goes as it pleases. You don't get to own the RTG stream. It's a free stream.
It's a free stream. It's a lot like street performers. You know, they just kind of like they're there and then they're not.
Except RTG stream does not ask you for money.
No, it doesn't. But people still shower with it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have to give out the hat. People just do it anyway. I know that's what they do in America as well.
The hat? No, it's like the open violin guys usually. Ragel. Zip away.
US street performers are some really weak ass, dude. Where are your dancers, man?
Our dancers?
Yeah, we have a bunch of break dancers in Barcelona. They always have the hat.
What? Well, I don't know. I mean,
funnily enough, they're all American as well.
Do you know you can play the violin with a hat on, right?
Nope.
You can't play it with a helmet on though, because you need to get your chin there to the chin rest.
That's a good fun fact there.
There
That's your cat. I don't know if they can kill. Actually, I don't know if TSA is gonna kill or he's just gonna die.
Oh, he's gonna be able to run away though. Now, might even snipe a courier or two. No, I don't think he's got enough damage. Yeah, he's gonna take the safe play and TP out instead. He'd be long dead before he could probably get that courier.
Oh look, that's the actual animation he does when he ball lightnings, right? On the Storm Remnant.
This one?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, then when you lift your leg and you're like going somewhere.
Yeah, it's like I said, it kind of reminds me of like the Flash whenever they do like the comic book effects in the newer movies.
No,
right?
I love it. The design of this hero is very well done. He's a cocky, insufferable person.
Really is.
Could be a cat.
Could be a cat. Arcane Rune now for the cat. He's very happy to get this one. Veil of Discord finished up for the puck, so we've got a lot of magic burst damage here, and even a nice little rune to refill the bottle. That's going to be... he pocketed it, of course, because he wants Arcane for a bite. Up right away. Nice play there.
Useful. The Arcane for the Storm, not as good as the Regen, of course, but still decent, especially early when you struggle with the mana usage and you don't have your any of your mana regen yet. He wants the Orchid, though, I think is what you... Oh, Enigma. Black Hole, yes. They're committing to this. How fast is the follow-up? Pretty slow. It is Sexy Fat. But he has the Arena of Blood. Is he going to use it? Dratch is a bit too fast. They're canceling those jumps, but not for long enough. Okay, that was a very hopeful Black Hole.
It was just no backup. Duster, he was just going, you know what? I don't want you farming here anymore. And just went for it.
His name is Sexy Fat, not Sexy Fast.
You gotta respect the play though out from Duster. He sees a black hole opportunity, he's just gonna throw it down.
Yeah, but it's not about your black hole, right? It's like a follow-up to the black hole.
Well, you know, like Shiver, like Puppy says, it's about the threat of the black hole.
Yeah, which you just don't have anymore because you just used it. So now there's no threat.
And now there is no threat. Absolutely not. No, you're correct.
What are you doing? Stop forcing that quote everywhere,
I
dude.
don't know what you're talking about.
That quote, you will mention that quote in games where there's no Enigma.
Sometimes I will, but you know what? There's Enigma here, so I'm not forcing it, am I? Just smoked up here. We just have Necro Book 2. This Arcane Rune is going to self-deploy here in just about a couple of seconds, within 15 seconds anyway, so they're going to look to use it now. And then they're going to go on to Sexfet. He's showing them the rear. This should be an easy kill. There's no Black Hole count initiation. There's going to be now a stun just to make sure they can get the kill on the Duster. As TSA running in, will lose his life as well. Rabel looking for more. Duster, a very easy target. That's a double kill for him already. RDO TP'd in. Doesn't want to be here. Doesn't actually have the points for borrowed time yet, but he's not going to be forced to use it as the Radiant's just getting delivered there. Unfortunately, him and Dandy, the only two survive. There's no Roar, but there is still a Wukong's command and still 5 years alive for Winstrike, so they're going to have to concede and acquiesce the mid-tier 1 tower.
Now you're going to lose Lushhook as well, because the Orchid is ready, and this is going to be a huge misplay, I think, that gives enemy team a massive advantage now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you were waiting until now. You're still not ready to fight. And still I mean, I want to say you force a fight, but you stand there kind of hoping you can defend the tower. There's no way you can do this. The ratings is still not up. Sorry, the ratings has just got up on RDO. You're not ready to fight until he gets Manta, most likely, or the next time he goes up. And you know that Orchid is up on Storm, right? So this is the time that Winstrike is just a bit stronger than you, and you have to accept that. Also, that was a really haphazard team fight, right? You can't just go in like it's a university psychology experiment. You have to wait out, actually have a plan for the fight, and don't use your Shadow Shaman or your Enigma as the frontliners on.
What do you mean? You're saying that it wasn't a good move for them to become the Stanford prison guards there and just start blasting people with the fire extinguishers and try and fight?
That wasn't a university. That was a Bardo. I mean, he did use it like he was already a PhD research experiment.
Is under attack.
Well, it is called the Stanford.
Stanford
Radiant's
prison
turret
experiment.
has been
Well,
killed.
That's because he had the approval of the university to not make him a student.
There it goes.
God damn.
Aquaman's looking to counter-initiate the coil on the 2, but there's actually not enough follow-up for now, especially with Sexfan and Duster. They will be able to pop, however, the borrowed time of RDO. And that's going to force that rest debate. Looking for an opening, though. Great arena, though. So we have level 2 ball lightning. Then able to catch him. Another roar here for Duster. They're easily going to look at the kill onto him. Another silence down on a Sexfan, though. He's done to leave his own arena. Down the strike will secure the kill. And I believe that is arena of blood stolen as well for Yamich. Have that one now in their pocket, and a 3K net worth lead for Winstrike after another decisive fight in their favor in the mid lane.
You're seeing this game, and you can actually tell that beautiful arena, by the way, is on the mount. But they throw the arena, they put the Enigma in the middle just to threaten with a potential black hole analysis. And you can see RDO has a moment of like, guys, can we fight this? And the team is like, no, leave, please, RDO, because he had to double back there and almost died for free to Winstrike. Almost died there for free to Winstrike, despite the sacrifice of the Arena of Blood, despite the sacrifice as well of the Enigma. So I'm glad that they actually managed to convince RDO to not play extra aggressively. And then he does the same thing now to the
That's the 3rd death in a row.
In the same spot as well.
I think they may have wards here.
Also, this is the mid lane. You don't have your tier 1 here. The enemy team does have their tier 1. This is now the dead lane. It's how it works, guys. And SCA, they figured this out 6 months ago. I think it's about time that you guys figure it out too.
Duster, he's going to have a Tinker ward up.
Dire's top tower is
And,
under attack.
He's not going to deward it on purpose here to try and make sure Cheshire Cat doesn't scout out the ward that they've got now on the high ground.
Enigma's like, I thought the trees would save me, but
No,
not against the true lumberjack.
No trees can exist this game. Nice shot there. He's going to use the Paladin. Stolen arena, though, after the Blink Dagger initiation is Duster. He's going to go down. There's demonic conversion stolen. Pocket there's Cheshire Cat picks up the kills using the Necro 3 units, and this will be then a tier 2 tower down. Meanwhile, top lane Pantheon is going to be making sure he's babysitting the Storm Spirit. That's going to allow him to get the jump, or to not get the jump rather, onto Rabel. So off and away he goes, and the tier 2 tower is going to get fortified, but it still should be falling here without much of a battle out from Date.
No, the tower down in the bottom lane will fall, and that was just the anti-tree lineup, where you have the Arena of Blood and the Beastmaster. It's kind of difficult to try to defend those. Kind of a good play, actually. That bottom tier 2 is usually kind of easy to defend for Radiant. Not the case here, because you're also a bit behind. And Winstrike is starting to take the lead in this game. When will Abaddon join team fights is the question. When will Dendy stop giving his life away like this? Maybe that was just a bait. Okay. There's all preparation for this. They do have the Black Hole ready. They catch the Monkey King in the pot. The follow-up is not there. They catch the Black Hole immediately. Duracho still not dead. Finally. No, Duracho actually avoids the damage. Instead, they murder 3 heroes in Big with a single Power Roar. Never thought the Power Roar area damage was actually kind of relevant, but worked out here as they try to chase after RDO. No borrowed time, but doesn't really matter as he has enough tankiness to outrun them.
Oh, Shackle's stolen. They're not done quite yet.
goodness.
Yamich is going to find one more. Increased cast range. Thank you very much. Thanks to the supremacy, but they do have the hard dispel. And TSA, well, he's safe for now, but he's going to run right back into danger here, potentially. Yeah, he's going to go. He wants that one creep. It had to die. Great fight there from Winstrike yet again. It looked like a fantastic engagement, I'm not going to lie, up from the side of Bait. They catch the Monkey King with the Black Hole. BK beat up. They fight perfectly in a choke point, exasperated by the existence of the Arena of Blood. But they turn that one around thanks to a nicely timed roar out from Chetrikat. They didn't need that for the kill down bottom, which means they had it there. I will say, though, Duster, he was patient enough to run in and show himself after Yamich already stole Shackles, so that was a nice play by him at the very least. But the turn was too good from Winstrike, and now they find themselves down 9K, 21 minutes in. Looks like Winstrike, they want to punch their ticket to the upper division here with this win. Bates, or no matter who they're playing against, it doesn't look like anyone could really stop them right now the way they're playing.
No, it doesn't seem like it has any contingency plan for these constant initiations that Winstrike. They don't have right now an option to initiate because, yes, your Black Hole is great and so is your Mars Arena, but they've both fallen behind in terms of farm, which means the initiation becomes much more for them. I feel like Dendi has died way too many times. Like, maybe the first or second death are kind of justifiable because of the fact that, well, you're getting caught out in a position that you're at least pushing. But now it's gotten to the point where it's like, Dendi, please. You know,
Yeah.
it's been too many deaths. You need to stop playing this aggressively.
With the Yules, you know, there's always like this, like...
I can counter-initiate them kind of idea.
Yeah, like, oh, don't worry, I'll use my Pulse Nova, I'll use my Edict, I'll Yules, that's going to be 2.5 seconds where I'm just doing damage to them, then we can turn there. Like, I understand it, but you're right, it's just that it ain't working here for Sexy Thad either. But he's going to be coiled up, TSA nearby, nice Hex onto Yurachio, unfortunately stolen Shackles there, are going to be for 1 Hex on the Shaman, they're going to drop the TP with the Vortex, and they're going to steal Hex now here on the Yamich. And look at this cast range now, especially with the 8th Lens and Arcane Supremacy maxed.
crazy.
A very good Rubik game here, to be honest. Lots of great spells to be stealing, and really...
I think it's even better than Black Hole, not gonna lie here right now. Like, obviously, Black Hole is great for turning team fights around, but right
Yeah.
now, the Hex and Shackles to carry around with you, it's much more useful.
Yeah, they still scout RDO because these wards have not been dewarded, so Rabel can make the jump in. He's got the DD rune active, but they want to make sure they can get the best. Oh, okay, RDO's gonna. Okay, RDO. Okay, he's gonna realize this is a bad idea because they're gonna scout 8 to the Beastmaster down bottom. Instead, they're gonna go for the kill on the Dendi. He turns with the Yules, but he's still silent, so that means Puck's gonna be able to close the gap. Electric Vortex out from Rabel. Duster's able to TP away just in time. That's enough money for the BKB now for the Storm Spirit, but Dendi, yet again, he's going to take his 4th death here in the bottom lane.
I'm not sure they're surprised by how fast Winstrike is. It's the... seen this happening from Bait like 4 or 5 times in a row now, where the heroes get caught out in the wrong lane. Winstrike is... I mean, if Winstrike was at least like TPing to you, I'd be like, understandable, sure. But instead, what Winstrike is doing is...
Radiant's middle tower is
I mean, they're just
attack.
going from lane to lane with a smoke or even walking, and you don't see them in the map for a while, and you still proceed to farm that. I'm not really sure what they're doing.
Or in RDO's case, you start to channel the 6-second duration to
I'm
capture
losing
the outpost
my
at 22
mind.
minutes in.
What is Bait? What is Bait's objective?
I don't know.
Why do they keep doing this with your hero?
I mean, it's not like you're on the classic RDO 4 protect 1 sort of strategy either, where it's okay if we take this death here because RDO TB, now he's got 1 more item, right? I don't know if it's really the same effect here for the Abba.
No, especially because even let's say Abba is terrible at here, right?
Okay.
The problem is that you're still not doing that because every time that they catch you, Abba is right behind you, and he just doesn't get caught by Miracle, right? By a Miracle, sorry.
Miracle joins the game.
Joins the game.
He
Catches
his AM,
Abba.
yeah, uses Mana Void.
It leaves. It's
I hate it when that happens in
It's
my
like an
club.
assistant smash. Anyway, what I meant though is that RDO's not getting space because you're not creating space away from him. You're creating space right next to him, which makes him just not be able to farm despite you dying. So then I question what's the space creation here? Even if the Abaddon you think is a hard late game carry, which he is to be fair. He can really carry a game solo, and it's a decent game. It's not TB level, but it works. But of course, if you don't create space for him the proper way, then that's never going to work out. And you're still losing a lot of your other heroes, which are very low in net worth now, haven't recovered whatsoever.
I see what you're saying. I mean, like, Obviously, that's the wrong move to be making if this is a TB instead of an ABBA. I would say with the ABBA, maybe they're kind of
forcing fights?
I mean, I still don't understand it, but at least with the ABBA, he is capable of like kind of tanking ganks with the borrowed time. He's a little tankier. He can fight a little bit earlier than the TB. But I mean, you're still correct. You're still correct.
I agree with that, but then don't leave with Dendi.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna commit to a fight, you're gonna want to bait with Abba, which I think is fine, especially now that he has Manta. Go ahead, but don't lead with Dendi again.
Yep, that makes sense. Lead with Sexy Fat. That's a little bit better, at least.
I mean, yeah, lead with anything that's not Dendi and Stuster, which seems to be your two leads until now.
Oh, the catch. It's for...
Okay, it's RDO leading, though. He wants to take the tower so badly.
He's gonna get it.
Well, sort of. Ruby denies it. Oh, and from behind, they go for Duster. He has Black Hole. Punishing the Storm's initiation. Can they kill him in time? It's a pretty good Black Hole, but unfortunately, the Black Hole gets cancelled. And instead, they just go for the Beastmaster. Everyone on Beta's died. 3 buyback. They do take away the Aegis away from Duracho as Dendi fights him head on. But it's a bit too difficult. Dendi will also fall. And RDO without power time. He's nothing. He's nobody. He has to run away as a Winstrike is going to try to save because the buybacks are finally coming in. And the reinforcements will win the team fight for Bait as RDO almost dies to the statues. Shackles on this puck. They do probably roll the Mars as they lose Abba to the Axes, and they lose Mars a second time as well. TSA dropping his items. No, that was not TSA, was it?
Nope, it was Yamich.
That was Yamich dropping his items as he's chasing after TSA. I mean, they just committed, what, 3 diebacks there? Yeah, both diebacks.
I mean, that's kind of the game here for Bait. Unfortunately, I think this is a team that they don't really like to call GG until it's officially over. But I mean, Yamich is just dropping all of his items right now underneath the tier 3 tower.
They know.
They've committed three diebacks there. I thought they might have had an opportunity to take that fight and potentially the kill onto the Storm. I didn't see what canceled the Black Hole. Was it just the damage from the Wukong's command statues?
I genuinely don't know.
Because it was. Oh, hold that thought.
But he did die though. Until after the Black Hole.
Dendi's in trouble. Can he survive this? That's his BKB used. They're not going to have the damage. Because it was about to be Roar from Cheshire Cat, but then RDO, he pops the Manta style a little bit preemptively to make sure he can actually silence Cheshire Cat using the illusions, right? Because the illusions, of course, do carry the Curse of Avernus, and I thought that was a sick play, but it just didn't matter, unfortunately. They still kind of lack the damage. For the Storm Spirits, who just jumps in like a madman, but is able to kick off the team fight right around him, and the follow-up from Winstrike is beautiful. They do end up getting that second kill here on the Monkey King at a very heavy cost. However, they still lose RDO at the tail end of that engagement, and I think Winstrike, with an 18k net worth lead, they're pretty happy with how this one's going.
I got a question why RDO as well. If you get a Black Hole on the 2 heroes, score him up, I think decided your best bet is to go for the beat. I mean, I get it, you stop the promo roar from coming out, which I guess is an annoyance, but is that really your role in the fight, right? Can't you not put more damage, particularly to the... Right, the Monkey King had Aegis, sure.
Maybe that should be like Shaman, for example, just getting a Hex or a Shackles onto the... I don't know, I'm just like throwing thoughts out there, right?
Yeah.
I agree. It's really weird because it's like Dendi was in there doing damage, but even then they couldn't get the kill thanks to the pipe that's now fully completed here for the Beastmaster. Oh, speaking of Beastmaster, they're gonna miss the spear, but Dendi, he's not gonna miss the stun, and they also drop the Serpent Wards, but in the back, CSA already getting jumped out by Rabel. Dream Coil now on to 2. Roar as well. Dendi stunned up through his BKB. They've lost 2. They've stolen Serpent Wards as well as Dendi, and now Sexy Fat will go down. Duracho just joining the fight a little bit too quickly there. Rabel as well, without even a BKB, Avo. He's just free to run around in these fights and murder everyone on the side of Bait.
That spear was a bit of a meme. You know the I am spear number 3356. I was thrown. That sort of reminded me of.
No, I've never seen that one before.
Never seen that?
No.
I was thrown by Dendi a while back. I hope someday I'll hit an objective. I'm still flying. Something like that. That was the meme.
Oh my goodness,
I'm sure
RDO.
the chat will spam it.
You found Phantom. No, I've never seen that.
It's my favorite Mars meme, and that was exactly the right time to spam that meme, because like, it wasn't even close. It wasn't like a miss. It was just like... There's parallax error, and there's just not that.
Yeah, he just missed it. It happens sometimes, but yeah, the missed spear was definitely not going to be the perfect follow-up they needed. Because I mean, Cheshire Cat a little bit out of position there. Of course, there's only so much position you could be out of when your team is as mobile as having a Storm and a Monkey King and a Puck and a Rubik with Blink. Right, they're just like right there with you almost immediately, and that was very apparent as Bait. They immediately lose 4 heroes at the tail end of that engagement.
Well, same as much out of position as you can be when the enemy team is Abba +4. And I mean +4 because genuinely, if you told me that if you put any other 4 heroes in the place of Leshrac or Mars, Shadow Shaman, Enigma, I believe they're equal. Honestly, they have 0 farm, no impact whatsoever. It's really just the Enigma Black Hole occasionally coming out that's still getting cancelled. That bad at killing a single. You need to recover farm on your Lesh, dude. Lesh is so underfarmed this game. Supposed to be a much more impactful hero. You didn't pick Lesh to be this underfarmed. You didn't pick Mars to be this underfarmed either.
Yeah, Mars, I mean, less farm than the position 5 Puck, who now has the full Aghanim Scepter, which is going to be fantastic for locking down Dandy through his long duration BKB. In the meantime, fight already kicking off. RDO, they managed to catch Dyrachio. He's going to be killed off before he gets the BKB off. Rabel, though, with his BKB now, the Vortex, they want the Duster, and they've got him now. His stolen Serpent Wards placed down. Regular Wards now holding back Rabel for now, as Dandy will pop his BKB and use his time to escape, regen on a bit of mana. Rabel no longer wanting to jump in without the Monkey King, and they're going to be happy to leave.
Okay. At least there they get a freebie, honestly. Not really deserved. Free, they found him, they got. So these things will happen occasionally. Winstrike did this last game to really recover, allow Bait to recover. I don't think this game is going to be the same though, because you have
Looks
a
like
bunch more
Midnight Pulse got him out from Duster, so nice job, Midnight Pulse.
Got him.
I was just curious.
It's still a freebie though.
Oh yeah.
These things shouldn't happen in a regular team fight, so it's not the best indication of what Bait is doing.
It's going to be courtesy of that ward placed right here.
You kill the snakes, man. You have a ward. You know.
He's scared of them. Plus, you can deny them super easily. Abba doesn't last it very quickly, so he just kind of wastes his time. Yeah. That's always my favorite thing to watch. Serpent Wards deny versus a carry that doesn't auto-attack very quickly. You mentioned it last game, right, when we saw the Serpent Wards place top lane in Mars with the Bulwark. Same kind of idea, I think. But that was the BKB then for the Storms. Oh, actually, it wasn't the BKB. He's had this for a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He really has.
Bloodstone though.
Bloodstone.
He has 2 extra charges from last fight, and now he's. Oh, that was a blink dagger.
The Storm?
Yeah, appropriate. Reduce the Baron's healing.
We got a blink
He's the only thing you have to deal with.
Maybe this is it. We still have Black Hole. Looking to maybe bait in the mid lane. I think you just bait Dendy. Sure, right now they just want anyone to show up right now, but 5 heroes very suspiciously missing off the map. In fact, they may have even smoked in vision, given the fact that these wards exist. I didn't quite see what they smoked up, but of course, Winstrike, they're going to be holding their triangle. Perfect defensive posturing from them, right? Phantom here ready to break smokes, as they will see the Enigma. Invis rune activated there, so they're going to back up and now smoke up for themselves. Bait, this could be the killing blow for them.
Who is supposed to initiate it? I guess Monkey.
Cheshire Cat with Blink.
Maybe? What do you want to catch the roar? I found like the roar halfway through. I mean, I guess if you find Dendy, I guess the Dendy's in the back left. Yeah, just catch him and murder him. Double snakes here. Which one are more useful? They've lost Duster now, so no Black Hole, but they're still alive. Storm wants to go back in. Dendy's dead. Dyrachio is fighting to the death. He knows he can just tank this. He has so much healing anyway, and they're actually lasting the whole borrowed time. Now, with a shackle from Yamish, RTO has been screwed. No more healing. Out of damage. He is dead. Second shackles even. That's how long they lasted. Just to guarantee that kill, and that should GG.
That should be GG pretty soon, yeah. To answer your question, what snakes are better, it's going to be Yamich's hands down, because he does have the Aghanim Scepter already completed on the Rubik. His farm now is going to be above Dandy's, who was going to be the target there. Look at that. I was like Oracle. I was like, who do they blink roar? Dandy. And then immediately it happened. Just a good catch there. Good catch from Winstrike. Great execution in that fight. RDO's dead for a full minute. Doesn't have buyback. He's not anywhere close. And he's, 1,400 off because he just bought this Basher. And that's going to be probably Megas? Yeah, probably Megas.
Megas. I don't think you want to push that hard. I know that Winstrike. You take 2 and you probably back, honestly. There's no Abaddon.
That's what I mean, right? You push real fast with this Monkey King as well.
I guess if
he's got an Abyssal. If anyone walks out of this fountain from bait, they're farther than the tier 4s. If they cross that line, they're going to be 100% dead. It looks like they will back off. Roshan's back in potentially now, so maybe they're going to be looking to do that, and then just play this one ultra safe. With your ticket to upper division, as well as I think up to 18,000 US dollars on the line, might as well secure it, right? That's what Winstrike here are playing for. No mistakes here. As a result, unfortunately, I don't think they have any hard feelings towards bait, but as a result, they are at this stage going to be playing for a game 3, right? As of course, it is a 1-0 lead right now for bait. See here if they can try and swing back here and get the victory, or maybe they're just planning for a game 3 now that they're down 31k. That's a lot of items. That's a lot of. I mean, we don't have any empty slots here, and we got quite a few here, right? That's
the real analysis here. Who has less empty slots? Well, that guy's gonna win.
Well, this team's gonna win.
Hey, if there's one team that can make this happen, it's bait. We have seen the craziest comebacks from them.
I agree, but usually it's on like
Allow me to fake hype this game.
It's normally like the RDO TB, the RDO
Yeah,
Medusa,
well,
you know. I mean, let's see. I'm hyped though. I'm hyped.
Let's see, dude.
It's gonna be about this Roche fight. Bait with Goat fundamentals. They know that there's no reason to force a fight right now, other than for Roche.
That's what they have right now. They have nothing else that's good for them.
No, exactly, because they've got Black Hole Blink. That could still take it for them here.
Yeah, yeah, who knows? Maybe it's a 5-man black hole, but he wins in the game.
Well, I don't know. It probably wouldn't win in the game, right? But it put him in it. It put him in it.
Put him back in the game.
A little bit.
Maybe you get like 3 or 4 5-man black holes.
Yeah. I think you need a couple more than just one. Right now is Rabel. You madman. He's gonna make the jump. RDO with the blink forward though is not gonna be able to get that silence in time.
Oh, was he farming that game?
Who Rabel?
Just getting vision.
Rabel was farming the can. Yeah, he was farming the can.
Oh, Rabel. Okay, it's still possible for Bait. Just wait for Rabel to do this again and get caught out.
Maybe. He doesn't have
Honestly.
buyback on the Storm.
We have Blink on Lash as well.
We do. Good point. As Dendy just quick to farm the mid lane. Level 18 Pulse Nova now, so he's got a bit more damage. And a Ghost Scepter, so he can ideally live a bit longer. But of course, the rest of Bait buying out on their damage dealers here. There's really no point. It would take them way too long to get into the fight, and the rest of the team would get run over without them. May as well, and they may just get run over with them even. Goes Cheshire Cat. Nope, he's going to save the boys for now, and instead they're going to go for Roche. Oh, that's a scary sight. Arcane in the Bottle of Storm. Uh-oh. This is real bad.
Yep, that Roshan is going to fall relatively soon. There's the 5-man black hole opportunity, but where's the Enigma? Showed himself bottom, that's why they could go for the Roshan.
He's got to defend the base because it is front lane.
Oh, but that's game now. You just lost the Roshan. There's no way you can defend this. Duraggio got stuck for there for a second. Immediately gets the kill on Sexy Pad. That's RDO fighting to his death. Time got forced out. They're body blocking RDO. He has a blink dagger though, but Duraggio has 1 kill in mind. That's RDO. He knows there's no borrowed time. It's time to go in. Black hole on the 2. Dendy for follow up, but RDO stole pro. Will go command you. And there's the stolen black hole. More effective than the original. As Sexy fighting in the arena, unable to do anything. It's GG.
It is GG. Yep.
We'll have to go to a game number 3.
Game number 3, that's what we were hoping here on the Minor League Mondays. As it's going to be our last one. Thank you guys for tuning in. Unfortunately, Bait unable to get victory. Unable to get the 2-0 versus Winstrike, but just by going to 3 versus Winstrike, I can't say that if I had to guess, I don't think many people would be expecting this, a 3-game